Hey Kel Kats, welcome back to another episode of Intoxicated. I am your host, Kelsi Davies, and I am here with my roommate slash best friend, Mady Kelly.
Am I a co-host now? I feel like I'm the only one that's ever on the podcast.
You know what, Mady? Okay. I don't know. Pretty much. I mean, you'll just be my what's it called? My VIP guest.
I was gonna say your right-hand man.
My right-hand man.
But I'm not a man.
My right-hand woman. So we were on a little hiatus. We kind of went AWOL for like a month. I'm sorry about that.
You know, the spiritual stuff is draining. If you're on the same journey, it's you go through funks,
it's a lot. Phases. We went through a few funkies this month. But we're good now. It was that Aries energy. Don't know if anyone can relate to that. Everyone was very aggressive, but we're good now. We just had that
Back
Libra.
in Libra!
Back in Libra!
Woo!
Yeah!
Well, actually, I don't know if we're in Libra, but we had that moon. That was Libra.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
last time we talked about our craziest ghost experiences. This time, we kind of ended on a cliffhanger, which did it by accident. Whoops.
It's so funny because you do that every episode, and I don't know what she's going to do for the cliffhanger, and then she'll randomly say it, and I'm like, Kelsi. Like, they're going to hate you.
I know, I made them wait a month for this one.
Oh my god, that's really bad.
I know, I'm sorry. So last time we ended on a cliffhanger, I told you guys that I had like photos and videos of my spirit guide, and Maddie's been getting into tarot, and there has been a lot happening, but before we get into that, Mady, what is your intoxication choice of the night?
This is a first for me on the podcast. I'm cross. So
you said that like I feel like you said that one time.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh no. Well, I think when I said cross that time, I was more like buzzed than I was high. This time it's the opposite. Like, I took an edible a couple hours ago, and I just, like, came down from my high, so now I'm drinking the tall can Truly.
No, those edibles we took were,
They're, like, really good, though.
Dude, I went just shopping today. I had, like, okay, so each of them is 10 milligrams, right?
That's what they say, but I feel like it's more than that.
So I had 2 of them.
Yes. And she tells me this right before we leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, Kelsi.
And we went shopping, and I was like, I'm just not even there. Like,
no, not at all.
I wasn't even in this dimension.
No, it felt like I was talking to no one. Like, she was just, like, not even, like, fully, like, in her body.
Like, somewhere else. But, but we took those.
We took those.
Okay, good? But let's get right into the spirit guide stuff with Lenny.
Yes.
So I told you guys how like psychic abilities and spirituality, it like runs in my family. And my mom's cousin, she had a bunch of photos and videos of Lenny. And I had never seen him like in a photo or video before, so I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't meet him. I didn't meet him because he died like before my mom was born. Like, he died very, very young, and it's my grandpa's dad. So he died super young, and Amanda like told me his name was Lenny, and my mom like put the two together. She's like, yeah, you had a great grandpa named Lenny. So,
which is so weird.
Which is so crazy. And, like, I had seen him before in my apartment, in my house.
Okay, I was going to ask you, this is, like, so random because I haven't even ever asked her this. Sorry to interrupt. But I remember you used to see someone, like, in your house, at like, in the kitchen.
Yeah.
In brown pants.
Yes.
Was that Lenny?
That was Lenny.
Because, like, I never put that together. I was like, you used to always say you saw a man and you didn't know who it was. That was Lenny.
Yeah.
Wait, I have the chills. That's so weird.
That was in my parents' house. So, like, my whole life I've kind of, like, known he was there in a way, but I didn't know who it was. Had no idea. Because, like, I was scared of spirits before. I thought it was just a ghost in my house. Like, I was, like, freaking out.
Yeah.
So, back when I was, like, probably 17, 18, I don't know, like older, I saw a ghost in my house. Like, I was washing my hands, and we had the kitchen window, and you know how you could see the reflection at night of the window? So I saw a man in a brown suit, like with brown pants, that's what I told Mady, standing by my refrigerator, and I turned around, he was gone. And that was like one of the first times I like actually saw a full body like ghost. And And I always wondered who that man was. And then I had seen him a few other times after that. And I saw his glasses. Like, he always had glasses on and a watch. And I asked my mom, I was like, did Lenny wear, like, glasses or, like, a watch? She was like, I have no idea. Like, let's call my cousin. So we called her cousin, and she had all these home videos. Like, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I'm going to show some of the videos of Lenny. And right when my mom pulled up the video, I pointed at him. I was like, that's him, Mom, that's him. And, like, I had never seen him, ever. I was like, that's Lenny. And then we asked the cousin, because my mom had no idea what he looked like either. We asked my cousin, she's like, or my mom's cousin, and she was like, yeah, like, that's him, the guy in the white shirt. And I was like, my heart, that's like, crazy. My mom and I were freaking out because I recognized him because I had seen him, like, everywhere my whole life. And Amanda, like, told me exactly what he looked like, and I showed her the videos and photos. Yeah. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, like, he's always, like, buff looking, and I always noticed that, too. Yeah. Like, when I saw him, he was, like, very built, and, like, I was just, like, confused, but then he looked older because he had, like, the glasses, and I didn't know he wore glasses. And then, like, in some of the videos and photos, like, he has the glasses on and the specific watch on. And it's just crazy to me. So if anyone's ever had any experiences with someone, like, they've seen their whole lives, please comment and let us know. I would love to hear about it. Mady, we had some experiences with your spirit guide, too.
I'm, like, it's weird because, like, I'm trying to think back to, like, when we were first starting this, because there was a point in time like 2-3 years ago when we were, like, first kind of figuring it out,
right? And
so I kind of, like, didn't really understand, like, at that point in time I was just very, like, not into it. Like, I was scared of, like, spirits. And I feel like just now I've finally, like, been able to be more open to it, so I'm, like, I feel them a lot more. But, like, what's weird is, like, I don't know, I touched on this in the last episode, I think, with Mama. I know that she's one of my spirit guides, my mom's grandmother, so great-grandmother. But it's just weird because now I have, like, my great-grandmother on my dad's side, who I was actually a lot closer to. I wouldn't say she's a spirit guide, but she's been coming around a lot. Amanda even saw her here when she came.
She was the one that kissed my hand in my dream, right?
Yeah.
That was weird.
So she's a very, like, I don't know, we always had a really close relationship, but I think when she first passed, because it wasn't, like, it was probably, like, maybe, like, 8 years ago now. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I feel like she had so much to do with, like, the family and, like, making sure that her kids and, like, my dad was okay before she even, like, came to see me. So I had always thought she was my spirit guide. And then now I, like, smell her perfume all the time. And, like, if you're...
I smelt it, too, here.
Yeah, if you're Persian, like, you'll understand. But there's, like, a specific type of perfume that, like, Persian, like, women, especially when they're older, that they wear. So it's very distinct.
And I explained it because I was like, Mady, there was a woman here. And, like, I smelt her perfume. It was really strong. Yeah. And I, like, explained it exactly. And she was like,
that's literally
oh, my God,
her.
that's, yeah.
Yeah,
like
we called her Mama Munir. That was her name.
And then I had that dream. And I was, like, I was in the spirit realm. I don't know if I was astral projecting to, like, this old mansion or what. It was weird. I was in this old mansion, and there were all these spirits around me. And one, like, led me, like, I think it was Mama Munir, right? Yeah. I think it was her, and she led me into this room, and she kissed my hand, and I always thought that was really strange. And then Mady told me, she was like, that's what
Persian, like, older Persian, especially, like, older Persians, like, grandmothers and things, will, like, kiss you. Like, they're very, like, touchy-feely. So, like, people who aren't used to the religion and culture.
Yeah, my family is not touchy, like, at all. Like, we, like, barely hug or like, whatever. But, like, it's just weird because I always remembered the hand kiss. Yeah. And then Mady was, like, freaking out.
Like, yeah, she's fun. I don't know. I love her. She's always been there for me. And then her husband is the one, I think, did I talk about this in the podcast last time?
No.
It was, her husband, I never met. I'll just sum it up really quickly. I never met him. But when everyone always used to say in my family, when I came to Earth, he passed. Like, we like, met in the spirit realm because he died right before I was born. His name's June. And it's crazy because when I was like 2 years old, I think my grandmother still tells me to this day, I pointed him out in a photo album and I would hear them talk about him, but I had never seen pictures and I knew exactly who he was. And she like to this day still thinks it's so like freaky because she knows that I had a relationship with him. And Kelsi can see him. So like the other night we were sitting out there on our balcony.
We gotta get into that too.
Yeah, I had like cried or something. And like on tequila, like I can't drink tequila sometimes because it'll make me cry. Like if I'm like already like sad about something, tequila just like makes me cry. So Kelsi told me he was like, tell Mady no more tequila, like in his accent.
Yeah, he was like no more tequila,
like crossing his legs. So it's just like it's cool that we can like know that they're here. You know?
Yeah, we gotta get into that.
Yeah, for sure.
We upon this whole spiritual journey, okay, we have experienced so many crazy unexplainable things. Like for me, I need proof for things. I need to like experience things to believe them. Like I won't just blindly believe in something. I'm like stubborn, you know? That's just a Virgo, stubborn. So it's unbelievable. I found out that I am able to connect with spirits like without equipment. Which, like, I always would use the equipment because, like, I didn't know I could do this. Like, I don't know how it just happened.
It's like, I feel like it's almost like a placebo effect. Like, you, like, kind of needed it to, like, think you could do it. And then, like, you realize, oh, wait, like, I'm doing this without anything.
Yeah, it's weird.
Which is crazy.
So I started remote viewing. Which is, like,
so this
funny.
is so cool, though. Like, you guys, oh, my gosh.
But I talked about it in my vlogs. Like, if you guys watch my YouTube channel... it's KelsiDavies. And Maddie's is MadyKelley. Our YouTube channels, we kind of talk about that a little bit, like the remote viewing. Like we actually recorded a whole session with her mom. Like I saw her in the kitchen and she was mixing a drink, like an alcoholic drink. And she... It was like a specific cup and everything, like so many specific things. And like it was at that moment, like Mady was just like, see what my mom's doing. Yeah. So because
we knew we could like confirm it in that, like in real time.
Yeah. So she FaceTimes her mom. Like her mom had no idea what was happening.
No. And I see like the granite countertops and I was like, oh my God. And my mom's like, what? And I'm like, are you making a drink? And she's like, yeah, look, I just made it. And like me and Kelsi are like, what?
Yeah. Like that was weird.
You even saw like the position, like where in the kitchen she was. Like the specific spot.
The spot in the kitchen and everything. And like I knew she was wearing like sweats.
It was so like, weird.
It's just like weird.
It's
and
crazy.
then Mady had a ex-friend, and we talked about this in my vlog.
You keep saying anyways.
Yeah, we talked about it in the vlog.
Sorry, it's just funny. It's literally just like someone. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, matter. Yeah, ex-friend. So it was weird. She was like, "Can you just see what they're doing?" And I was like, okay, I could try. We were just practicing.
Yeah, it was like just for like shits and giggles.
Yeah, we were
like
just
it wasn't
like practicing to see, but it was so weird. So like, I remote viewed into their room, and I've never been to this person's house ever. Like,
no pictures, nothing.
I met this person one time.
Yeah,
like it's just weird. So I was in their room. And I saw what they were doing. They were like on their computer, and like I saw their desk. So I saw where their desk was in their room. Like when you walk in the door, it's like on this side.
She knew the whole layout of the room.
The
windows.
whole layout. The desk was over here, and it was a black desk, and it had like big monitors and stuff on it. And then across the room, like pushed up against the wall, was the bed. And then had like a gray they and then their bed was like pushed up against the wall, and they had like a specific colored comforter, and like I knew the color of their the carpet, like exact color, the color of the walls, where the window was, like just
she even saw their like another time. You saw like their fridge, you saw like their house, like the layout.
Their entire layout of the house.
They have a really weird layout when you first walk in the house, and she picked up on everything, like even like the kitchen table, like the fridge, the countertops, and like Kelsi's never been to their house. No. And even me, like I didn't go over there, like I went over there a lot, but like not like enough to where like it was just weird.
No,
like
it
just
was
the
weird.
fact that she knew specifics, and I was sitting there like She's like, is the comforter this color? I'm like, yeah. Is the window over here? Yeah. And I was like, how does she know? Like, how does she know? Because there's no way she would know any of it.
So there's that, and then my mom came over, and she wanted to test it out because she was interested. You know, she's like, okay, let's, because she wants to like.
She's more skeptical about it.
Yeah, she was like skeptical. You know, I would be like, I would.
Yeah, what would you expect?
But she asked, she's like, can you see what my parents are doing? Her parents live in Colorado, so like I have no idea what they're doing, and it was in the middle of the day. They could have been doing anything, you know. So I saw my grandpa sitting in like it was a specific bedroom, so it was like a back bedroom. He was sitting back there watching TV. And then my grandma, I saw her in the kitchen, and then I saw her walk into her room and go in front of her vanity. And I was like explaining all this to Mady and my mom. And I was like, I saw her go in front of the vanity, and she like, I just thought maybe she was putting an earring on or something, because that's like where her jewelry would be. So I was like, I think she's like putting on an earring or something. And then she like did it quick, and then like I saw her like starting to walk out. And then my mom calls them. And it was so weird. So my grandpa answers, and me and Mady hear the TV in the background.
We were like, what?
And we were looking at each other. And my mom's like, hey, Dad, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm just watching the Hallmark Channel. And we were like, where? What bed? Like, what room were you in? And he was like, yeah, in the back room. And we were like, okay, that's weird. Maybe a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of weird. And then my mom asked my grandma, she was like, hey, what were you doing, like, before you picked up the phone? And she was like, well, I was making tuna she was making, like, a tuna dish in the kitchen. And then she realized she needed mayo. So she walked to her room, and her shopping list was on her vanity. So she went in front of her vanity and was writing down mayo really quick, and then walked back into the kitchen.
Weird.
And it was just so, we were like freaking out.
Yeah, and even
my
her
mom was like, what the heck?
It was weird.
And then like with your brother too.
Yeah, my brother, like, she saw him. My mom was over here. I don't know if she was like dropping Boo off or something, and
Her cat.
Yeah, and she was like, okay, I was like, Mom, let's see what Justin's doing, because we can like call him. And so, because like she hadn't seen Kelsi do it yet, so she saw him like go to the like kitchen really quick and grab like a snack, like chips or like nuts, like something small.
Crunchy.
Yeah,
crunchy.
And then like go in his room, and then she also said she got the feeling that like he was really happy that he was home alone.
Yeah,
like it was like a relief. And so we called him and told him, and he was like, what? Because my brother like he's like very skeptic, like he's a big skeptic with stuff too.
Yeah.
And so like we told him, and he's like, yeah, I went and grabbed like nuts or something like randomly. And then we told him about like the whole like him being happy he was home alone, and he's like, well, I mean, like, yeah. We were like, oh my god, like it was just, it's weird.
Yeah,
like,
he like went in the kitchen, grabbed nuts, and then walked back to his, but it's just like weird that in that moment I just saw that.
Yeah,
it like trips me out.
Well,
and
she's
like,
seen like I do this hike every single day. And I like go by myself in the morning, and Kelsi like asked me like about my hike, because she like tried to see like what
I would just practice.
To see.
I just do it sometimes. I don't want to like be a freaking creep, but
and, like she like saw like a weird like creepy person that was like very like obvious like what it was or whatever, and it hadn't happened that day. Like it hadn't happened. And then the next day I'm on the hike, and there was this really creepy guy, and it like made me like cut my like hike in half. Like I just went home because I was like, this is not cool. Like I just can't do this. And I come back and tell Kelsi, and she's like, what did he look like? And I told her, and she's like, yeah, that's the guy I saw in like my vision. And I was like, so she can predict the future, she can see the past, and then she also can see it's like crazy.
It's weird. It's crazy. Like I don't understand.
And it kind of like feels like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, like I've had it my whole
like,
life, but
the accuracy, like
I've never really told people about it though, because I thought it was like normal. And then I started really
like
getting into it,
yeah.
And then I was like, wait, people can't do this? Like, this isn't normal?
I can't do that.
Like, what? No, I like thought it was normal my whole life, because when I was little, like my mom would always like turn the TV on, and I would know what was going to be on TV before like the channel was on. And I didn't know what channel it was going to be on. We had like 1,000 channels, like we had direct TV.
Yeah,
like,
you guys always had like a ton of channels.
We had like a bunch of channels.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what channel was going to be on. And I was like, oh, Mom, like Pirates is going to be on. Pirates is going to be on. And then like she would turn the TV on, and then it would be Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, just weird stuff like that.
That's, like, really weird. Like, she used to tell me this stuff, and, like, I just didn't really even think twice about it, because I was like, oh, it's just, like, a coincidence.
Yeah.
But now it's just, like, weird to think about.
It was weird, but there was so many things just my whole life that, like, I always thought everyone could do it. Like, I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
But then now I realize it's not. But we've been meditating a lot and, like, focusing on opening our third eye and, like, doing just crystals, and like we've just been getting really into it, and it honestly has just changed our lives. Like it's just, you just have to like experience it, you know, like it's just like incredible. It like really, it's just,
it gives you like a different perspective on life, and like at first it's like a little weird and like scary, but like once it like levels out and you start realizing like really why we're here, it like starts to feel more like comforting, and like you realize like that you actually have a purpose here.
Exactly.
And like you feel like more connected to everything.
No,
and I just think it's like very like peaceful.
Yes, it's so peaceful. And like with the scary stuff, the thing with opening your third eye is you open it to everything.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
it's like you will, like, a lot of people will start seeing spirits, and that's what's been happening lately. So I've been able to see and connect with spirits lately, and I've been practicing a lot. I'm not like my friend Amanda, who she just sees them like people. She sees them everywhere. Like, I don't know where they are all the time, you know? Like, I'll see a glimpse of them, and I'll be like, I think they're over there, like, in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I won't see them, like, they'll move around, you know? Like, they're not gonna sit there. Well, some of them sit there, but, like, they usually move around. So I kind of know where they are. But then I can describe them to the T, what they're wearing, what their hair color is, how they died. Like, it's crazy. And then on Instagram, I've been doing free readings, like just trying to help people connect with past loved ones. And I disclaim to them, I'm like, hey, like, I'm a beginner. If I'm practicing, if anyone wants me to try to connect to their past loved one, do it for free, like, just to help me, you know? So I've been doing that, and we've had the craziest experiences, like Maddie's heard the voice memos of the people, like, that I've connected. It's crazy. Like, there was this one person, and she just told me the name of the person, and I connected with them and reached out to them. This was before, like, I figured out I could do it with pictures of the people.
Yeah.
So I would just go by name, and it was a lot harder than like the picture, because the picture, it's like, I don't know why. It's like their energy. I can
like
feel
draws
it.
you to their energy. Yeah.
It's crazy. But there was this lady, she just sent the name, and she told me just briefly who they were, like, to her, like, as a, like, you know, a sibling or whatever. And all of a sudden I felt like this throbbing on the left side of my head, and it was just throbbing really, like, intensely. And I asked her, I was like, did they have any trauma to the left side of their head? Like, my left side of my head really hurts, you know? And she was like, yeah, that's how they died. They were shot on the left side of their head. And that was one of my first readings I did. And my heart, like, sank. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm able to really do this, like, to really connect with them, which I've always kind of known, but I was scared of it. Yeah. It's like, you can't be scared of it.
No.
It's like, it's hard sometimes, like, with that video with Amanda when, like, we saw the hanging lady, and, like, you even experienced that.
Yeah. I'm, like, different in the sense that, like, I don't see them as often. I will say, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because Kelsi's, like, able to connect more or something. Like, I don't know, but, like, recently I was even telling her, like, I have been seeing stuff a lot more. Like, I've seen things before, but it's like every once in a while. And like I've been literally seeing, like I was staying in Palm Springs with my friends over the weekend, and I told Kelsi like the day after, I couldn't sleep one night and I was up till like 4 a.m. and I saw like a figure of like a man, and it was like all black, standing over the bed that I was sleeping in with my friend Nicole, and then like a woman in the other corner over next to the other bed by Haley, my friend. And I asked Kelsi, and she's like, yeah, there's a man that was like standing right where you told me.
She FaceTimed me so I could see it.
So she could see the room. And then she said there was a woman there too, which was weird because like I didn't know I could do that. But I'm more so like I can feel the energy. So like with the lady that was hanging, I was the night before, I felt like someone, like I couldn't breathe, and I kept telling Kelsi, like I was sitting on the couch, and I've always had that happen on the couch. I thought I was just having anxiety, but like I was getting choked up, and like I felt like there was something around my neck, and I like told Kelsi that, and she was like, oh, you're probably just like overwhelmed because I did tarot card readings that day and whatever. And then Amanda came over and said there was someone, like she shows herself as like hanging, like with a rope, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, she hung herself. So Amanda, like, she asked me, she's like, so what do you feel over here? Like, just to test my abilities, because she's so, like, she just sees it all, you know? She's like my teacher. Shout out to Amanda. But she was like, there's a lady there's a person on this side of the room. Like, what do you feel? And I was like, well, I feel my neck, like, really hurting. And, like, that's probably what Mady felt the night before. And I was like, in my stomach, like, hurts. And she was like, yeah, well, she had stomach cancer and hung herself. And she's hanging right now. Like, and then all of a sudden, like, because when I focus on them, I can see them. And I saw her swinging. And, like, she was just, like, swinging with a rope around her neck. Yeah, it, like, gives her chills. But it's scary sometimes because, like Amanda, like in that video, you can see me and Amanda, I was, like, describing her. Yeah. And we're like, yeah, her feet are, like, dirty. And we said at, like, the same exact time. It's just, like, so weird that we, like, see the same thing. You know, it's like, I'm not crazy.
Well, that's what's cool is because you can compare it, because, like, Amanda's been seeing them her whole life. So, like, for you, it's, like, confirming that, like, okay, I do know what I'm doing. Like, I do. It is accurate.
Yeah. Because
you're seeing the same exact. And it's wild for me to see, like, her and Amanda. Because, like, when Amanda was over here a couple times, like, she would tell me and whisper to me, like, hey, I, like, this is, like, she would tell me, like, how they died or, like, who it was to see, like, so I knew. And then you would say the exact same thing, and she'd like, look at me, and I'm like, yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, you guys were just, like, seeing the same stuff.
No, it's, like, crazy.
It's just gotten, like, more and more, like, intense.
Yeah, and then, like, with one of your friends, her grandpa, she said, like, the Dodgers or something, and she wanted to see what her grandpa would respond with. And I got this long vision. I was, like, sitting there, like, for a while. I was, like, kind of staring. We were FaceTiming. And I got this vision of, like, someone. It wasn't him, but someone was at a Dodgers baseball game. And I saw a baseball being signed. And I was like, did he have, like, a signed baseball? And she freaked out. She was like, really, oh my God. She was, like, shaking. She was like, yes, like, he had 2 of them. Like, and I was like, yeah, and one of them's in a glass case. And she was like, yes, like, yes.
She said, like, he couldn't, for some reason, he couldn't go to the game because he was, like, sick or something.
Remember, I felt how his whole body was, like, he had ALS or something like that.
Yeah. And so, like, that, I don't know, that was crazy.
Yeah, he just had, like, a disease or something, and it was, like, a very crippling one, and it was really sad. But it was just really crazy how specific. Yeah. Like, you know, it's not, like, general. This, like, it's, like, specific, so that these people that I'm connecting with, like, I want them to know that this is legit. Yeah. That it's not just general. I want them to know, like, these are these specific little things that they're showing me, and like,
it's like those are the things that set them off. Because, like, even with, like, my friends, when, like, she was doing it, it was my friends I went to Palm Springs with, and I told them about what Kelsi could do, so they wanted to see. And, like, most of the people you talk to, I had heard nothing about. Like, I didn't know anything about any of the stuff that Kelsi was, like, even telling them. So I was still like, it was like I heard it for the first time because I didn't know that like
Maddie was like
the grandpa had
out.
ALS or that like any of that. I didn't know about the baseball. Like I didn't know anything. So I was sitting there like in awe, and I see it every day, but I was just like, what? Like it's just so specific. It's crazy.
No, it's like nuts. Just like, I don't know. It's been wild, everything that we've been doing. Mady actually is going to give you guys a tarot card reading here. So,
oh God, really putting me on the
spot.
Put
Mady on the spot. Mady has been doing tarot, and she is really freaking accurate, and it's crazy.
It's like, I don't know. I thought I was, at first when I started doing tarot, I was just like, oh, I just want to do it to read my cards. And then I started actually doing it, and...
No, she did mine, and I was like... Then it was the first... She had them for, like, 20 minutes. Okay?
You know, I literally learned them in an hour.
Yeah, like
in an hour.
And I came... Like, I took a nap.
Yeah, while I was learning them.
And then I was like, all right, let me know, like, when you learn them, and, like, you could give me a reading.
Yeah.
And then I came back out, and she was out there for, like, an hour. And then she gave me my reading, and it was so accurate. I was like, Mady, like, what the hell? And she, like, she gave Drew a reading.
Yeah.
And, like, it's accurate.
It's weird because, like, with tarot, you can, like, definitely just, like, know the meanings of the cards and give, like, a very general reading. But with me, it's weird because, like, as I'm doing it, like, I get a lot of intuitive, like, downloads, I guess you could call them. Mm-hmm. And it's so, like, I pick up on things. So there's people who, like, they won't even tell me that they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, and I pick up on that. Yeah. And, like, certain things that I wouldn't know just from like seeing the cards. Abilities. Yeah. So it's just, like, I don't know. But we'll do, like, a general reading. All right, so what does the month of April hold for the subscribers and the listeners? Oh. My face. I'm just freaking out because it's, like, literally a pattern in my readings. This is crazy. Oh, my God, what the... Sorry, I feel like this applies to me too. So anyways.
And if you're not watching it, like, if you're listening, like, they fly out of the deck. Like, these cards fly out.
So I feel like, okay, you got the Judgment card, you got Justice, the Emperor, the Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Page of Pentacles. So what I'm getting from this is I feel like there was, like, I don't know why this is I feel like it's a past energy with the Justice card, but I feel like you were, like, juggling, or someone in your life, like, maybe, like, an ex or, like, an ex-fling or something was, like, juggling a bunch of things at once, or, like, juggling you and someone else, or you were in this situation. And I feel like it kind of brought you into this point of, like, I don't know, just feeling like a loss of the situation. But what I do see is that someone's making a decision to bring justice back into this situation. So if you were, like, done wrong in some area of your life, there will be justice that's coming into your life. Because I do see that, like, you're in your Emperor energy, or this past person could be in their energy now. They're ready to step up and make things right with you and bring the justice back into the situation. Okay. With the Lovers card, this could be a soulmate, maybe a twin flame. But there's definitely a lot of love here, I feel like, on both sides. And someone's gonna come in and offer you stability. Anyways, congratulations. If you weren't looking for love, then this might not resonate. They don't always resonate. You don't have to claim it or anything, but that's the energy I have for April. So love is coming your way.
Love is in the air.
Like, maybe it's because I just got a rose quartz necklace, because all of my readings lately have had to do with love.
Oh my
For, like,
God.
the past, like, 4 or 5 readings, like, I've done on TikTok and everything, like, it's all about love right now.
Crystals have literally changed, like, our lives. Like, I got azurite, malachite, moldavite. We gotta get into that, and we will get into that in the next episode of Intoxicated. I won't make you wait a month again.
Yeah, no.
I have really apologized.
This is too juicy to
We were
leave.
going through, like, a depressive episode, but
Yeah.
we're okay now.
Let us know if you've been feeling those energies too, because I feel like the collective as a whole has been feeling
It was
like
that Aries energy. I was just angry.
aggressive.
Aggressive was the angry month. Wait, what? Anyways, make sure you guys are subscribed. Also, hit that like button wherever you are. The thumbs up, the like, the peace, I don't know.
Peace and love.
Peace and love and paradise. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah.
Stay woke.